Hello friends, this video on plant growth and development part 8 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Okay, so with this we have ended our discussion on growth. By now we know what is growth, how do we define growth, how is it different from development, what are the different stages of growth. So all those things are clear now, right? How do we measure the growth, that is how do we measure growth rate. So now we will see what are plant growth regulators. What are those substances which are present inside a plant which help the plant to grow. So those substances are called plant growth regulators. So we are going to talk about those substances which are present inside the plant and which help a plant to grow or which stops a plant to grow. Whatever. So here we will talk about the coordination in plants. So whenever we talk about the hormones in plant or the substances in plants which actually promote growth in them, we need to talk about the coordination. So the coordination in plants happen by certain chemicals, and these chemicals are known as phytohormones or plant hormones. The term phyto means plant. So plant hormones or phytohormones. So now in this section we are going to talk about some of the important plant hormones which play a very crucial role in the growth of plants. So unlike animals, plants do not have a specialized nervous system. Like in case of animals, we have a specialized brain, spinal cord, so many peripheral nerves to coordinate the different organs of the body. Like that, you do not have a specialized nervous system in plants. So that work is done by the plant hormones. So you can understand how important the hormones are. They help in growth. They also act as a substitute for nervous system. So let us now talk about these hormones. So we will not only talk about the plant hormones, we will also spend some time understanding the various movements seen in a plant. So these movements are all growth related movements which happens in response to some external stimulus. Like in case of human beings, we all respond to stimulus, right? When you touch a hot cup of coffee, you immediately remove your hand. So that hot cup of coffee is the stimulus and your reaction is the response. So similarly, plants also respond to certain stimulus and the result is, or their reaction is, in the form of movement. So these movements are growth related movements. So we will talk about those growth related movements also. Okay, let us now talk about plant growth regulators. Plant growth regulators or phytohormones or plant hormones, whatever you call them, they are all the same. So these are the molecules or chemical substances which are involved in growth promoting or growth inhibiting activities of a plant. That means these substances regulate the growth of a plant. So when you say regulate, it means it can either help them to grow or it can stop their growth. So both kind of substances are present there. They are also known as phytohormones or plant hormones. They are chemical messengers coordinating cellular activities in the plants, and that is why they are called plant hormones, because hormones are chemical messenger. They are the chemical substances which carry information from one part of the body to another. So that means they act as hormones. So let us look at the types of plant hormones which are present. There are broadly two classes of plant hormones. One is growth promoting plant growth regulators and the other is growth inhibiting plant growth regulators. So plant growth regulators are often abbreviated as PGRs. So the name itself is sufficient to understand what they are. So one set of plant hormones help in promoting growth or help the plant to grow, whereas the other set of plant hormones stops it from growing. So it does not allow the plant to grow further. So these are the two broad classes of plant hormones. So growth promoting hormones are involved in the growth promoting activities. Now what are these growth promoting activities? When you talk about growth promoting activities, you can talk of activities like cell division. Cell division, it is something which promotes growth, right? More cells will be formed, so there will be growth. Formation of fruits, so fruiting. So when fruit is formed, reproduction, seed will be there, so new plant will be there. Again, flowering, because they are also the reproductive organs. Seed formation. So all these things, so it actually promotes all these activities because all these activities help in growth. Examples of growth promoting hormones are auxins, gibberellins and cytokinins. So these are examples of growth promoting plant hormones. Whereas on the other hand, the growth inhibiting hormones, they do not want plants to grow. So what kind of activities will they do? For example, dormancy of seeds, where the seed becomes inactive, seed will not germinate. So there will be no growth. Abscissions. What is abscission? Abscission means falling off leaves and fruits of plants before maturity. So if the flowers or fruits or the leaves get shaded quickly, so it will be like there will be no growth, right? Because you are actually losing all the elements which help you in growing. So these kind of plant hormones will promote dormancy or abscission. So examples of this would be abscisic acid and ethylene. Well, another point to be noted here is that ethylene is one such hormone which can act as a growth promoting hormone as well as a growth inhibiting hormone. But since it has more characteristics of a growth inhibiting hormone, that is why I have listed it under growth inhibiting hormone. But it has many properties which behaves like a growth promoting hormone. So that way ethylene can actually fall into both the groups. But since it is more of growth inhibiting, so I have put it here. So let us now look at the different plant hormones which we will be talking about now. So these 5 hormones are the naturally occurring plant hormones: auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, ethylene and abscisic acid. So we are going to talk about all these hormones now one by one. So we will talk about their the way they were discovered, their functions, their applications in plant. So we will talk about all that. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more videos, attempt free online test, get free study material, find tutors and mentors. Thank you once again.